Hi everyone, it's Ryan Nelson again, and I'm making this video about the media and their fucking race baiting arguments and agenda, and it's fucking bullshit. I am not taking away from the tragedy of this situation. I am merely pointing out that the media is fucking manipulating this tragedy, this horrible event, to further divide the United States of America. What event am I talking about? I'm talking about Officer Jernimo Yanez was recently acquitted in the death of one Philando Castile. Okay, a cop shot a dude. What does the media say? A cop shot a black dude who was legally carrying his weapon for no good reason during a traffic stop, in front of his girlfriend and in front of his kid. Why would the media jump to such a conclusion? Well, his girlfriend, Miss Diamond Reynolds, immediately started FaceTiming within seconds of the shooting happening, talking about how her boyfriend, Mr. Philando, had the legal right to carry, and he was simply reaching for his wallet, not his gun, and he said that, and the cop shot him anyways. But why would you acquit a cop? I mean, the guy's carrying it legally, he's going for his wallet. That's pretty obvious. Cop should be in prison for the rest of his life. That's what a lot of people are saying based off of that one video, and basing off of what the media is telling them, that this is what you're supposed to be saying because, you know, black guy got shot. It's a tragedy, and I'm not taking away from it. It's fucked up that the media is fucking twisting everything. The dash cam footage recently got released from Minnesota, the police out there. And what it shows is, within a minute or so of the cops showing up, Officer Yanez and his partner approach the car, one on either side. Officer Yanez tells the driver license and registration, normal stuff. The driver, Mr. Castile, said, "I have a weapon," or a firearm. He used one of those two quotes, as he started digging for his wallet. At this point, Officer Yanez fires at him several shots. His partner immediately comes back to the car and gets to the back seat where the 4-year-old is, drags her out of the car, and this is when Miss Reynolds starts FaceTiming the whole event, talking about he has a permit, he's legally carrying, the cop just shot him for no damn reason. Here's the real reason why a cop would shoot in this situation. When a cop pulls up, says license and registration, as a person carrying a concealed weapon, legally, depending on your state laws, most drivers will say, "I have a firearm." You don't grab for anything at this point. You keep your hands on the steering wheel and let the cop process that information. Because the next question you're going to hear out of that cop's mouth is, okay, where is that firearm? This is the point that got skipped. The driver immediately started reaching for his wallet, and the cop assumed, incorrectly, that he was going for a weapon and fired in his own protection, because you never know what someone's reaching for. Even though he was saying, "I'm reaching for my wallet," that doesn't mean anything in a legal sense. I can say I'm reaching for a burrito and pull a knife out of my pocket. Doesn't mean I was reaching for a goddamn burrito. So, what should have happened is, the driver should have said, "I have a firearm." Cop goes, "Okay, where is it?" "It's on my right hip," or wherever he says it is. Then the officer will process that information and go, "Where is your identification?" "It's in my right back pocket." So the officer will then instruct them to slowly go for their pocket. He may still have his hand on his weapon, the officer, but slowly going in it so the officer can see what your hands are doing and see exactly what you are grabbing at. And then you produce your ID and whatnot. Well, how do I know this? I carry a weapon. I have my concealed pistol license in the state of Michigan. I've been pulled over twice with my weapon on my hip. I'm right-hand dominant. It's on my right-hand side. My wallet is in the right back pocket. I don't move until the cop tells me to move. If the cop tells me to step out of the vehicle, I'm stepping out. If the cop tells me to do fucking jumping jacks, I'm doing fucking jumping jacks until the cop tells me to stop. That is where the failure is. That is why the cop fired. The dude, Mr. Castile, unfortunately was shot because he didn't take the 2 seconds to wait for the cop to tell him to reach for his wallet. He immediately went reaching for it. The cop fired tragically, and in my personal opinion, prematurely, because he believed that Mr. Castile was reaching for his weapon, regardless of what Mr. Castile was trying to say. The cop then interpreted, this is a life or death situation, because there's a split second difference between that's a wallet in his hand and there's a gun in his hand, and he erred on the side of saving himself and fired. He did his job to go home to his family. Unfortunately, he took the life of another family man who was obeying the law, who has the right to protect himself and his family just as much as that officer. Media is trying to boil this down to a race problem. White cop shoots black man. With a name like Jernimo Yanez, I doubt the cop's white. I saw the video. He could have been Latino, easily. Even if he is white, he fired to err on the side of caution. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that a man legally carrying a weapon was gunned down by a cop. That's a tragedy, and that's the bigger point that we should be talking about is that this man died, and that's horrible. The thing that pisses me off, though, is fucking media, fucking race baiting, telling everyone it's because he was black that he was shot, which is categorically wrong, and which is why he was acquitted. The Officer Yanez reacted with the minimal information that he had at the time. He made a split-second decision. Unfortunately, it was an incorrect decision, but still well within the letter of the law. Had nothing to do with the guy being black. Had nothing to do that he legally owned a weapon. It had to do with the driver's failure to wait for orders from the officer. My heart goes out to the family of Philando Castile, his daughter, his girlfriend, fiance, and the rest of his family. My heart goes out to you guys. I feel really bad that this happened. I'm a little choked up. But don't for a goddamn second sit here and start blaming this on a race thing. He could have been goddamn purple and still would have gotten shot in this situation. And it still would have been tragic. I hope you guys do a little more research than these fucking news outlets do into these different stories. Find out exactly what did happen, not just believe that everything is about goddamn race. Have a pleasant evening.